Retirement is more than a destination. It's a journey that starts with a dream. A vision for the way you want to live, recharge, and give back. To get there, you need a plan to reach your retirement goals. Now in its fifth season, the Wheelhouse Retirement Show gives you the strategies you need to plan your ideal retirement. From income planning and wealth management to strategy for taxes, healthcare, and leaving a legacy. Rishi Ghosh and the experienced team at Wheelhouse Advisory Group provide one-stop modern solutions for your journey to and through retirement. With 3 locations, it's your go-to solution for all things retirement. This is the Wheelhouse Retirement Show.
What's one big thing that could ruin your retirement? Making costly money mistakes. But the good news is you can learn ways to avoid them. Today, Rishi Ghosh and Lauren Ferraro are here to show us how to help preserve your savings and help keep your retirement on track. Welcome to Wheelhouse Retirement Show. I'm Amy Sharp. Rishi and Lauren are joining me now, and it is always great to be with the two of you. We have a very important topic today, as always. You guys are ready for this?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we are.
Okay, let's get right to it. Rishi, let's start with you. Let's talk about the one big money mistake that people make during retirement.
So, Amy, as you've known for years, our focus really here is total retirement planning and helping people transition from the growth phase of their life into the distribution and planning phase of their life. And generally speaking, even though there's a lot of different things we try to help people focus on in this next phase of life, the number one thing that we tend to see that people make mistakes is still continue to focus only on returns in their portfolio, only on the rate of return their portfolio provides for them. Why? It's very common because in the accumulation phase of life, your job is one thing, which is to grow and save, right? Take 100,000, make it 200,000, 200,000, 400,000, 400,000 to a million, so on and so forth. But now that you're entering this next phase of life, we have to think about a lot of other things. How do we preserve what we built? How do we draw income out of what we built? How do we take it out tax efficiently? I remember a story from years back, and this family that had come to us a couple years back, they had actually retired in early 2000s. And when they retired, they were a very typical family, took 2 pension lump sums, took their 401ks, grouped it all together. But the idea was still in their portfolio, just growth. And this family was taking a very modest amount out of their portfolio, very, very capable. Their portfolio was capable of providing to them this income month over month. But their portfolio took the hit of 2000, 2001, 2002. Their portfolio then grew back, and then it took the hit of 2007, 2008. Thankfully, it grew back. But by the time they came to us, their almost $2 million portfolio where they started was down to about $400,000 or $500,000. And they were needing even more income because of, obviously, inflation at this point. And it was a situation where the focus was only returns rather than total retirement planning. And that is what we try to help our clients understand. Returns are important, but it's no longer your only objective in your portfolio.
That example that you're giving kind of gives me the idea of that amusement park ride that goes up and down and drops your stomach a little bit. I was thinking about that as you were saying that. Lauren, this common mistake, why is it so prevalent, I guess, among retirees?
Often it's because they come to us and they don't have a clear plan. They haven't thought this through. Maybe they focused on the investments in their portfolio, but they don't know how all the pieces fit together. So when we work with families at Wheelhouse, we go over retirement planning altogether, which includes investments, tax planning, estate planning, and really how these pieces work together. So we have some families that come to us, they're what we call self-managers. So they're used to picking their investments on their own, but they're missing these key details, which can be really detrimental if they wait too long to do the tax planning, among other things.
One thing I've heard is just cut expenses, spend less money. That's how you can best ensure that your money will last throughout retirement. Is this the best approach? Are we outdated with this?
Yeah, you know my answer probably already to this, Amy. First of all, one of the biggest misconceptions I believe many retirees faced when they were accumulating their money was, upon getting to retirement, you're going to need less money to pay your bills. Personally, for me, I don't think I've ever worked with a family over the last 10 plus years that, let's just say, was used to living off of $10,000 a month in pre-retirement, that when they got to retirement, now they said, oh yeah, now let's live off of $6,000 a month. Our families, as conservative and as frugal and as planners as they are, if they're used to living off of $10,000 a month in pre-retirement, they probably want at least 10, if not 11 or 12,000 a month in retirement. Now, as Lauren mentioned, many of our families were self-managers their entire life. They were incredibly good at picking stocks, bonds, annuities, mutual funds, investments, but they didn't know how to draw their money out of their portfolio. And I've heard this time and time again from a lot of my self-managers. They're like, oh, if the market falls, if my portfolio falls, I'll just stop drawing money out of my portfolio. I explain this to people all the time, and it sounds really bad when I say it, but in this country, we work very hard for 30, 40 years to get to retirement. And oftentimes we have a good 10 to hopefully 15 to 20 years of good, healthy retirement. Why would you want to stop drawing out of money out of your portfolio for 1 or 2 years if markets are down during that time frame? So for me personally, even though cutting expenses might be an opportunity to help make your money last, to me, that's not an ideal retirement. What we have to focus on is the math and numbers inside of somebody's portfolio. We have to figure out how much does this family need in the big pot so they can provide their income month over month, year over year. But we have to account for a few different factors. We have to think about inflation, because $10,000 a month isn't going to be the same thing 5 years, 10 years into the future. We have to think about one-off expenses. As much as our clients are planners, and they plan, and overplan, right? Life never works like a perfect plan, right? So they're going to have to draw money out for new cars, house remodels. We have many families doing big Alaskan cruises or European vacations right now, even from the families that said, we're not that type of family. We're more of the...
You become one.
Exactly.
Yes.
They hear from their friends, they hear about these travel groups, and they're like, it might not be bad to see those pictures I saw in my history textbook, see that actually in person. So for me, cutting expenses is an option in your portfolio to help you not outlive your nest egg, but it is not an ideal situation. So understand the math, understand the numbers, making a plan so you can live comfortably, but more importantly, live without worries is the most important thing.
Okay, we're off to a great start. Thank you to both of you. Stay with us. Coming up, Rishi will share the key steps to keep your savings safe from costly mistakes. And later in the planning tip of the week, he'll show you some ways to figure out if your retirement plan has sprung a leak. We'll be right back.
Retirement planning can be a daunting task. Investment planning, required minimum distributions, long-term care, and more. There's a lot to consider as you move from the working years into retirement. If you're interested in learning more about our processes and strategies discussed today, and you'd like to meet our team, join us for an upcoming educational event in your area. See our website or give us a call at 636-400-7889 for upcoming dates and times.
Did you know taxes could be your biggest expense in retirement? No one can avoid taxes completely, but with the right strategies in place, you could potentially reduce your tax bill in retirement. Having a plan to help protect your retirement savings from higher taxes could be more money in your pocket and less to the IRS. At Wheelhouse Advisor Group, helping people like you minimize your taxes in retirement is something we are truly passionate about. Call us today to learn about ways to possibly lower your taxes in the future.
You've worked hard to build up your retirement savings, but do you know how much you're paying in fees in your investment accounts? Hidden fees can eat away at your hard-earned dollars, and most investors don't know what they're actually paying in fees. I'm Anthony Stryker, and our team at Wheelhouse Advisory Group can give you a fee analysis so you know exactly where your money is going. Call us to learn how to keep extra costs from eating away at your retirement. Get your complimentary fee analysis today.
Welcome back to the Wheelhouse Retirement Show. Are you doing enough to preserve your savings, or is there a hole in your plan? Let's get some answers from Rishi Ghosh and Lauren Ferraro. There's a song there somewhere, right? There's a hole in my bucket. I think we won't go into singing it all, but let's kind of dive into this a little deeper. Lauren, we'll start with you. Talk about some of the biggest risks that could impact our retirement, our savings in retirement.
So there are really 5 key risks that we identify with families that we work with. We call them the 5 speed bumps of retirement. The first one being market volatility. Is your portfolio in a good place where if the market were to have a downturn, are you protected? Or are you relying on hope? I hope the market will come back. I hope that I'll be able to recoup the losses that I had. The second speed bump is inflation. That's been a really hot topic over the last couple years. We know that the cost of goods are going up year after year. Do you have a strategy in place to keep up with inflation? The third is longevity. That's simply running out of money. We hope that clients can live a very long, healthy life in retirement, but have you saved enough for 20, 30 plus years in retirement? The fourth speed bump is often the one that a lot of families come to us for, and it's for help with taxes. They've maybe done the investments on their own, as we talked about earlier, but they haven't been proactively tax planning, and that's what we help our families with. And then lastly is healthcare. We know that the rising cost of healthcare continues to go up year after year. Do you have a plan for long-term care? Do you need long-term care? Or a lot of families that we work with are in a good position financially where they've set aside money for these anticipated expenses where they can self-insure.
A lot of people asking, how do I prevent these risks from impacting my retirement? What do I do? That's always, to be proactive, that's where we can start.
Right. And I know it sounds very simple because we try to live our everyday lives like this, but it just comes down to being proactive versus reactive. I mean, here at our firm, Lauren and I have done this for so long, right? But generally speaking, when we get calls from viewers or from referrals to our firm, right, it's after something went wrong in their portfolio. I'll get a call after somebody's passed away and the family's tied up in probate court, and they're like, Rishi, Lauren, can you fix this? And we might be able to guide them, but as you can imagine, it's too late at that point. Lauren said inflation. It's been a hot button topic for years in our office, whether it's day-to-day expenses, one-off expenses, or health insurance expenses. The cost is just skyrocketing, and people will say that, hey, my retirement income plan was Social Security was going to help me keep up with the cost of living, right? Because it goes up a little by little depending on what the government gives you every year. But when Social Security goes up, let's say 3%, but Medicare goes up 20% that same year, right? It's biting into people's portfolio. So even people that never thought in their lives that they would need to draw out of their portfolio because of this good mailbox money, now they're needing an income plan. So the idea for us is, how do you become proactive versus reactive? Now, it goes back to what I said earlier, though, right? It's not focusing only on returns in your portfolio. Returns are very important, right? Growth is very important. It helps you keep up with inflation. It helps you maintain your longevity. It helps you make sure that you can hit those philanthropic goals and family goals. But you have to make sure you grow your money in a safe, efficient way, but plan for these 5 speed bumps that Lauren was mentioning, because it sounds very simple, but if you plan, and overplan, the worst case scenario is you have a very boring plan, but a boring plan generally will work at the end of the day. You might be not bragging about it to your coworkers or your best friend.
Boring is good sometimes.
But it does work for you at the end of the day.
And Lauren, just as a follow-up, I know, like Rishi said, sometimes it's like we've already made the mistake. Can I go back and fix it? And what do I need to do in order to kind of get back on track?
Absolutely. It's never too late to fix it. What our first step would be is to work with a team of professionals to really see how all of these pieces of your portfolio can work together. So make sure you work with someone that you trust and create a plan. Most importantly, review that plan. So when clients come to work with us at Wheelhouse, we meet with them at least twice a year and we review their plan and we make changes to it over time. So it's absolutely not too late. Just make sure you work with a team of trusted professionals to help you create that plan.
I think Lauren said it exactly right. One of the biggest mistakes that we tend to see people make once they set a good plan is they don't review that plan, or they might get a once-a-year phone call with their advisor, or once-a-year phone call with a 1-800 customer service number. But for us, at our practice at least, and then we're not talking bad about any of the other financial advisors or their practices, but for us, we do believe that a plan needs to constantly be looked at and monitored. We may not be tweaking the money left and right all the time, but we are just monitoring and making sure the family is taken care of.
Just a little checkup.
Yes.
All right. Thank you to both of you. Coming up next in the tip of the week, Rishi will help give us some guidance on why an estate plan could be central to our retirement. Stay with us. You're watching Wheelhouse Retirement Show.
Have you thought about your plan for long-term care? Do you need a policy to pay for it, or can you self-insure? If you have questions about long-term care planning and all the options available to you, you're not alone. I'm Lauren Ferraro, and my team at Wheelhouse Advisory Group can help you create a plan to meet your personal needs and protect your hard-earned assets. If you are confused or concerned about planning for long-term care, call us today to learn how to steer your future in the right direction.
Retirement planning can be a daunting task. investment planning, required minimum distributions, long-term care, and more. There's a lot to consider as you move from the working years into retirement. If you're interested in learning more about our processes and strategies discussed today, and you'd like to meet our team, join us for an upcoming educational event in your area. See our website or give us a call at 636-400-7889 for upcoming dates and times.
Welcome back to the Wheelhouse Retirement Show. In this week's planning tip of the week, Rishi lets us know what we should be thinking about when it comes to estate planning. Rishi?
Thanks, Amy. On this week's planning tip of the week, we are going to be talking about why estate strategies are essential for a secure retirement. As you approach or enjoy retirement, your financial priorities naturally evolve. You spent decades building wealth, investing wisely, and preparing for a comfortable lifestyle. However, there is one crucial element of financial security that often goes overlooked until it's too late: estate planning. While we are not attorneys and cannot provide legal advice, we have seen firsthand the importance of well-designed estate strategies in preserving wealth, protecting your loved ones, and ensuring your wishes are honored. Let's explore why estate planning is a cornerstone of a confident and secure retirement. At its core, estate planning is more than just distributing assets. It's about protecting the people you care about most. Without clear instructions, the distribution of your estate can become complicated, time-consuming, and costly for your heirs. A well-structured estate strategy can help minimize family disputes, provide for loved ones with special needs, and ensure your legacy is carried out according to your intentions. For example, you may want to establish trusts for minor grandchildren or set up provisions for family members with disabilities. These thoughtful actions offer peace of mind knowing that your family won't be burdened with difficult decisions during an already emotional time. For individuals and families with investable assets, taxes can be a substantial bite out of your estate if your proper strategies aren't in place. While tax laws are subject to change over time, thoughtful estate planning can help mitigate the impact of federal and state taxes. Income taxes, capital gain taxes. Strategies such as gifting, charitable giving, trusts, and beneficiary designations are just a few ways to manage tax exposure and preserve more of your wealth for your future generations. For instance, annual exclusion gifts can transfer wealth potentially tax-free, while irrevocable life insurance trusts can help cover estate tax liabilities. Probate is the legal process through which a deceased person's estate is administered and distributed. Unfortunately, probate can be a lengthy, public, and costly process. Without proper estate planning, your assets may be tied up in court for months or even years, and details of your estate may become part of public record. Using tools such as living trusts, properly designated beneficiaries, and joint ownership arrangements can help you avoid probate and maintain your family's privacy. This ensures that your heirs receive their inheritance promptly and privately without unnecessary legal entanglements. Estate strategies are not just for after you pass away. They can also play a crucial and critical role in protecting you during your lifetime should you become incapacitated due to illness or injury. Documents such as powers of attorney, healthcare directives, and living wills empower trust individuals to make financial and medical decisions on your behalf if you're unable to do so. Without these legal instruments, your family may need to petition the court for guardianship, a process that can be both time-consuming and stressful. Incorporating these tools into your estate strategy not only provides clarity, but also ensures your values and preferences are respected if you are unable to speak for yourself. Many of our clients are passionate about giving back to their communities and supporting causes close to their hearts. Estate planning allows you to incorporate charitable giving into your legacy, whether it's through direct bequests, charitable trusts, or donor-advised funds. Beyond the tax benefits, charitable planning can also be a powerful teaching tool for younger generations, fostering a family culture of generosity. We help clients explore these options in collaboration with their legal and tax advisors to create a philanthropic strategy that reflects their values and leaves a lasting impact. Effective estate planning is a team effort. As financial professionals, we play a crucial role in helping you align your estate planning strategies with your overall retirement and wealth management goals. However, we always emphasize the importance of working alongside skilled estate attorneys and CPAs or tax professionals. Your attorney can draft essential legal documents, while your CPA or tax professional can help you navigate complex tax considerations. Together, we help ensure your estate plan is comprehensive, up-to-date, and tailored to your unique circumstances. We act as a connector and strategist, helping you understand how each piece fits into your broader financial picture. Life changes, and so should your estate plan. Major life events such as marriages, divorces, births, deaths, or changes in your financial situation all warrant a review of your estate strategy. Additionally, tax laws and regulations evolve over time, making periodic updates essential. An outdated estate plan can lead to unintended consequences such as assets passing to the wrong beneficiaries or missing out on new tax savings opportunities. We recommend reviewing your estate plan regularly with your professional team to ensure it continues to reflect your goals and effectively protects your loved ones. Estate planning is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process that grows with you throughout your retirement journey. For individuals and families with hard-earned assets, having a clear, thoughtful estate strategy is essential to preserving wealth, avoiding unnecessary taxes and legal complications, and ensuring your wishes are honored. With the right strategies in place, you can enjoy your retirement with confidence, knowing that your legacy is secure. That's this planning tip of the week. Back to you, Amy.
Still to come, we'll be talking more about money mistakes in retirement and savvy ways you could avoid them. The Wheelhouse Retirement Show continues next.
You've worked hard to build up your retirement savings, but do you know how much you're paying in fees in your investment accounts? Hidden fees can eat away at your hard-earned dollars, and most investors don't know what they're actually paying in fees. I'm Anthony Stryker, and our team at Wheelhouse Advisory Group can give you a fee analysis so you know exactly where your money is going. Call us to learn how to keep extra costs from eating away at your retirement. Get your complimentary fee analysis today.
Retirement planning can be a daunting task. Investment planning, required minimum distributions, long-term care, and more. There's a lot to consider as you move from the working years into retirement. If you're interested in learning more about our processes and strategies discussed today, and you'd like to meet our team, join us for an upcoming educational event in your area. See our website or give us a call at 636-400-7889 for upcoming dates and times.
Have you thought about your plan for long-term care? Do you need a policy to pay for it, or can you self-insure? If you have questions about long-term care planning and all the options available to you, you're not alone. I'm Lauren Ferraro, and my team at Wheelhouse Advisory Group can help you create a plan to meet your personal needs and protect your hard-earned assets. If you are confused or concerned about planning for long-term care, call us today to learn how to steer your future in the right direction.
Welcome back to the Wheelhouse Retirement Show. So far, we've talked about common money mistakes, big risk to your savings, and ways to possibly avoid mistakes you have made in the past. Now it's time to focus on taking action. So, Rishi, let's get right into this. What are some actionable steps that we can take now to preserve our retirements?
So the most important thing that we always have to understand in our portfolio is the math and numbers behind the portfolio. I always tell people all the time, what difference does the tax efficient strategies we try to help clients out with, what difference does that make if you don't have enough money in your portfolio and you're running out of money? You're just running out of money tax efficiently in that situation. So step number one is understanding the math and numbers. We have to make sure we have enough in the big pot in order to provide us income for day-to-day expenses, one-off expenses, and future expenses as well, while hitting the family goals. Once we figure out if we have enough in the big pot, and when we get to the point we have enough in the big pot, the next thing we have to look at is the different sources of income we can draw from. Social Security, pensions, dividends, interest, bank accounts, 401ks. Take an inventory of what you have and understand what you have, and more importantly, understand how you're going to draw money out of that account, those accounts, in the most tax efficient manner to hit those day-to-day goals and one-off expenses. But once we get that investment plan in place, once we get that mathematical, data-driven portfolio in place, then it's time to also focus on getting organized. Oftentimes when people come to us, they have a multitude of different accounts. They have old 401ks, they might have an old Roth IRA they started with a broker down the road from their house. They might have a CD here, a savings account there, and they have a lot of different pieces doing a lot of different things. And they have to figure out how to get it to all pulled together. And the cool part about how the financial world and financial services world has changed is with custodians like Vanguard or Fidelity or Charles Schwab, these big custodians, you can now be consolidated into 1 or 2 or 3 different accounts, but still remain diversified, right? 20 years ago, you had to have money over at GM and Ford and AT&T to remain diversified, but now you can be simplified and diversified at the same point, and that will help you not only hit your goals, but it'll help you understand your portfolio as well.
Just kind of springboarding off of what Rishi mentioned, Lauren, so many people are concerned that they will run out of money in retirement and what they can do about it. And I guess your thoughts on that.
So what we help our families with is, first of all, creating an income plan. So a lot of families come to us, they're transitioning into retirement. They were used to getting their paycheck. Now they're retired and they're no longer getting that paycheck. So we have to help them create an income plan. And the income plan has to be very well thought out. We have to determine which accounts we're going to take the income from. So whether we take it from a tax deferred account or a taxable account or a combination of them, that's what we will help with. The basic answer that we want to provide to clients is make sure that we're turning this retirement savings into consistent, reliable income month after month. And one important aspect that sometimes people tend to forget is we always have to plan for the unexpected. It's very important to set aside money we call an emergency savings fund, so that if something unexpectedly happens in retirement, we have that money to draw from. But creating that income plan is that first important step that we help our families with.
Having that plan, staying proactive, those seem to be the 2 big takeaways as we talk about, making sure that our income lasts in retirement.
Yep, and it's really trusting that plan. So having a plan, trusting in the plan, and most importantly, reviewing that plan on a consistent basis. We don't just set up a plan on day one and don't look at it again for a few years. We review that with our families at least twice a year to make sure that it works, and we have to be flexible with it. So again, plan for those unexpected expenses. We get calls from clients, they have to replace an old car, maybe they have money for a family vacation or a cruise, or a granddaughter's getting married and they want to help out with that financially. We have to plan for that. So the income plan needs to be reviewed regularly, and it also needs to be flexible.
Okay, final thoughts, Rishi?
3 simple things. Number 1, make sure you have a total retirement plan, making sure that you have an investment strategy and an income strategy that'll flow into your tax strategy. And once you get those first 2 components taken care of, making sure that you have an estate plan around that, so if something unexpected or expectedly happens to you, as much money stays in the family. The second piece, make sure that you have a written retirement plan. More often than not, people come to me with these numbers, these charts, but they don't fully understand it. Have a written retirement plan that is updated. And lastly, make sure you review that plan minimum 2 times a year, if not more, if that's needed for you.
Okay, thanks to both of you. Great insights as always. If you'd like to learn more ways to help generate lifetime income, potentially reduce your tax bill, and maintain your lifestyle in retirement, reach out now. Rishi and the team, they're ready to help you start building a retirement plan designed to help you flourish in retirement. For Rishi, Lauren, and the team at Wheelhouse Advisory Group, I'm Amy Sharp, and we look forward to seeing you next time right here on the Wheelhouse Retirement Show.